everybody, and welcome to another week of Let's Talk. I am your host, author Dree Lett. Thank you so much for joining me for another fun filled week. This is the show where we inform, inspire, and motivate. We get you going, get you going, get you going during these tough times and beyond. So come on in and have a seat so we can let's talk. So, you guys, this show is kind of a special show for me. This is a show that I want to dedicate to two of my family members that are really, really sick. I want to dedicate the show to my Uncle Ricky, who I love dearly in Vallejo, California. And I just want to say to you, Uncle Ricky, please keep fighting, keep pushing. I love you. You mean the world to me. And I want to say a special shout out to my cousin Michael of Las Vegas. I love you. Please keep pushing, keep fighting. You mean the world to me as well. So, this show is dedicated to them. I love you. I love you. So, you guys, every week I like to recognize my virtual live studio audience. Let's see who is tuning in and watching this week. Yes, hubby is watching from the man cave. Mwah, love you. Mommy in love is watching. Hey, mwah, from Vegas. Yes, cousin Michael, love you. He is watching as well from Las Vegas. Love you, love you, love you. Keep pushing, keep fighting. I love you. Keep pushing. So yes, I see some more people coming in the room. Please come on in, get situated, get a seat so we can talk, right? Oh, I see my other cousin from Las Vegas, cousin Diana. She's in. Hello, hello. Love you, love you as well. You guys come on in and have a seat so we can talk. So much to talk about. I want to tell you guys that today is called Life Coaching Experience Friday. Yes, again, Life Coaching Experiences Friday. Oh my goodness, I've got a treat for you tonight. We have author and life coach Elise Green. Yes, she's going to come on and tell us about some of her experiences as being a life coach and an author and share some great things with us. So I'm super excited to have her on. She'll be on with us in a few minutes. Let's see some more people coming in. Hey, Carla, love you, love you. I see a couple people that are watching. And let's see, they're shy. Hey, Sally, how are you from the ATL? Carla from the ATL as well. I see quite a few of you. If you guys don't want to say hello, it's okay. It's okay. Just come on in and have a good time with us. If you want to comment, feel free to comment. And for those of you that may be watching this pre-recorded, just know that you can be part of the live virtual studio audience as well by going onto my Facebook page. It's scrolling there at the bottom. It's called Let's Talk with Arthur Drillette. And also, for those of you that watch, if you guys have any interesting people in your lives or any interesting family members, friends, coworkers, what have you, that have an interesting story to tell, please let me know. Inbox me their information. Again, it's got to fall within the realm of informing, inspiring, and motivating. So let me know. Just send me a message on my Facebook page. Let's talk with Arthur Drillette. Again, it's scrolling there at the bottom. So, in hot topics, oh my gosh, you guys know I got to keep talking about it. I had hoped that I wouldn't have to talk about it anymore, but I have to. The Delta variant. Oh my goodness, what in the world is going on? I heard on the news before I came on live that there's another one called Lambda, and that this Lambda supposedly is stronger, or more contagious, or it can cause more problems. Oh my goodness, I'm just so disgusted. I don't understand. Why can't everybody just get vaccinated? The way that I look at it, you guys know I talked about it early on in the show last year when I first started this show. But basically, with the vaccine, when we were all little kids, I'm dating myself, but as we were all little kids, we had to get vaccinated to enroll in school, to get in school, did we not? If you go to a foreign country like Africa and some of these other countries, you've got to get your vaccinations, right? No matter what it is. And then you have those that say, well, I don't know what's in it. Well, guess what? What you're eating, you don't know what's in it. You may read the ingredients, but do you really know what's in it? It's from soda pop to bread to candy, all of that stuff. You don't know what's in it. You really don't. And then for those of you that are following a certain leader, I'm not going to mention his name. The name is not worthy to be mentioned here. But if you follow him, you got to know that he and his entire family got vaccinated. So I don't see any reason why people can't just do their part and get vaccinated. What do you guys think, live virtual audience? please comment and let me know your thoughts. I think it's ridiculous. I've even heard some people talk about the Tuskegee experiment and all this and all that. I think people need to just study and read your facts on that as well. I'm not going to get into details with that, but know and study you read it. And the way I look at it is, which one? You remember that movie where they gave you two pills, you could choose which pill? So the way I look at it is, possible respirator or taking a vaccination. The side effects of the vaccination, it was not that bad. I took it personally, and I'm the biggest baby ever. It was not that bad at all. The next day, I was bouncing around. It's all good. So, which do you prefer? Just have a slight side effect or really, really be sick and come out of COVID with serious complications? You guys, please get vaccinated. It's not a laughing matter. It's very, very serious. In fact, I can't recall the gentleman's name, but he was big on, all over social media about rap songs about the vaccine and all this. And he was just against it. And he said he'd rather die before he get the vaccine. Well, guess what? Unfortunately, he died. So, it's just sad. It really is. So y'all get vaccinated, please. What are your thoughts, you guys? Tune in and let me know, what are your thoughts on that. I just pray for everybody to just do a come around, because if we all get vaccinated, we can actually get back to life somewhat normal. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of wearing a mask. I'm going to continue to wear the mask because I want to protect my life and my health, but I'm so tired. I'm tired. I just want to just live life, right? Just go back to living life. So, and then the other thing in hot topics, what is going on with Governor Cuomo of New York? Oh my goodness. He was my hero during COVID because we had no direction. He came on TV and everybody was tuned in, listening to what he said and how we could get through this pandemic and the guidance that he gave New Yorkers. We had hoped that we had a national leader that could do the same thing, but anyways, he was the big, I was just so tuned into him. And now to just hear that all these the scandal with the women, and my heart goes out to those women. If it truly actually happened and you're not getting paid off, if it actually happened, my heart goes out to you, and wrong is wrong. But if you're lying and you're getting paid off to bring this man down, you're wrong. So I just man, I just pray that I don't know what to say about that. I just hope that whatever the outcome is that it's a favorable one. And if Governor Cuomo, if you did it, I mean, it's sad. It really is sad. It really, really is sad. All we could do is pray for him and pray for the victims. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's see here. Somebody commented and said, sure did. We all had to get vaccinated as kids before we went back to school. One of my patients was commenting today. Absolutely. That is so true. I remember them needles as a little kid, all of that. And then think about, I heard somebody talk about this on one of the news outlets. They talked about polio and all of that stuff, and they found a vaccine for that and polio went away, right? Just think, if we still if no one had found a vaccine for that, I mean, what kind of shape would we be in? Somebody else said, get vaccinated now or else. That is so true. Oh my goodness, it's just sad. So I'm just praying that people just have a turnaround, and again, if you're following that leader, he and his entire family is vaccinated. So let's get with it. And Governor Cuomo and the victims, I'm praying that all parties are telling the truth and being truthful. And if he did it, hey, you're gonna have to serve time or whatever they have for you. But I'm just so tired of hearing about these guys that are harassing these women. Just stop it. Stop it. Come on now. Just stop it. Stop. Okay, so that's enough of my what's hot tan, getting on my soapbox, so to speak. So I want to give a formal introduction to my guest. Yes, of course, I want to introduce her. She is amazing, you guys. I think you're going to get a treat out of this, listening to her and all the great things that she has to share with us. So, my guest is uh, author and life coach Elise Green. Yes, Elise Green is a dreamer of dreams, writer of words, singer of songs, and lover of people. She's a planner, a playwright, a teacher, an author, a coach, a consultant, and thriver. Celebrating life one day at a time. She's using her God given abilities and skills picked up along the way to help make a difference in the lives of others in her sphere of influence. Everyone, help me welcome to the virtual stage, Miss Elise Green. Yes. Hey, lady.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself, just smiling and vibrant. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm so happy to be on. Thank you for letting me be on with you. This is exciting. I'm ready for the day.
How's the weather out there in Los Angeles, California? Hey.
It is warm. As you see, I am glistening. I am trying not to glisten, but I'm glistening, and I'm trying to keep my fan down to a minimum of noise.
Oh, well, you look great. That smile
Thank
is a
you.
million bucks. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
I was just telling the audience before you came on that this is a show where we inform, inspire, and we want to pick people up, and just so much is going on in the world. And I was so honored and glad that you accepted my invitation to come on and share your story with us. So, you at one time you was an event planner.
you.
Tell me, how did you go from event planner to life coach and author?
Ah, yes, a jack of many, many trades, and so grateful to God for the opportunity to pick up these skills along the way, along with the gifts that He's given me. So, yeah, I started doing event planning when I was in college with my sister Terry. We would do private parties while I was doing college, and so she was the chef because I fix food, but she can cook food. And so she was the chef, and I did all the organizing. So it could be a private family celebration, um, sending a kid off to college, celebrating birthdays, whatever it was. And we would do it in your home. And we had so much fun, but the word got out, that we were doing this, but there was finish college or do this. So it was finish college. So finished college, went into the corporate world, modeling world, did all of that stuff, and ended up teaching and being a youth pastor. And you use those same skill sets in teaching organizational skills, risk management, all of those things, as well as doing big events for youth ministry, women's ministry, or the church community ministries, whatever it is. And as time went by, you know, work wasn't as great. Ministry is great, but it doesn't pay, retirement. And so I had to get a second job, which was fun because ministry was my passion. And I ended up in an organization here in the Los Angeles area that's an association for attorneys, and went right in and fit right in and worked in that A to Z shop and did that for 10 years. I've eaten in the best places, so much so that, I'd rather have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at one point. But doing 16, 18 hours a day, you're going, it takes a toll on your body. So at some point, I had to give my body a break. The doctor said, you want to walk, then you need to stop. And so in 2010, I had to call it quits and allow my body to start to repair. There were some surgeries and things that went along with that. But in the process, God didn't let me sit still. I spent 7 months in a wheelchair. And in that process, he allowed me to write my first book, which was an industry book, which was 31 ideas to take your broke holiday or special occasion and make it a rich experiment and an experience. And so taking all of that knowledge from event planning and putting it into a book, but showing people how they can do the things that they want to do and have it fabulous, but without breaking the bank, is what the book is all about. So that's my foray into from event planning into becoming an author.
Wow, that's awesome. I love it. I love it. So just give us one little tidbit in the book in terms of how to go, how to plan something like that.
Okay, it's but this I should have updated the book for last year, but I'm updating it for 2020. But just
Okay.
think about last year, COVID, everybody was shut down. What do we do? What do we do? Well, in my book, it talks about the fun things that you can do because I'm all about community and family and creating experiences that you will remember for a lifetime. I love gifts. Gifts are great. Give me gifts. You see my stuff at the bottom of the screen. You can send me gifts, but memories last so much longer. Memories and the feeling of the event. So here's one of my favorite ones is have a talent contest with your family.
Mm.
So you set a date, You decide the kinds of talent you guys want to have, and then you do it. Someone in your family videos it on their phone, iPhone, Android, whatever it is. So you video all the different talent, and so you save that. And then you turn it into an award show. So now you have walk the red carpet with the paparazzi. You're going to watch the show together and give awards.
Yes.
And in section 6 of the book, it talks about food. And my favorite food to go with something like this is mashed potatoes, creamy mashed potatoes in a margarita glass. Oh
Oh,
yes, and you top it with your cheese and your ham chunks and your sour cream and all of that stuff. And so you've taken something that cost you nothing. You
yes.
took video on your camera, you
Oh, yeah.
saved it, you got a wall in your house, you put some balloons up, everybody step up, strike a pose,
Yes.
paparazzi, no paparazzi juices, how you doing? You know, so you do all of that. You have your show, you watch the video, and there's so much that goes on with the laughter. And I was like, oh, goo, oh, girl, you was off a key. You was on a key, but that wasn't the key you were supposed to be on. But, you know, all the things that go into having fun. Oh, or you did that skit. Or, oh, that was a great, you know, lyric you that came up with, whatever it is, you do that, you celebrate, you nominate who's going to be the champion, you celebrate them, and then you eat and party. And the fact that you pulled this together with your family, those
Yeah.
memories are going to be there. They're not going anywhere. They're
Mm.
not going anywhere. So whether you have um, a medal that you put together with construction paper and some glittery marker and give that out as a prize, it won't matter. That will always be special
Mm.
because it was you, your family, or your community, or whoever it was that was coming together. That's just one of the many fun, low cost or no cost activities in that book.
I love that. That is so awesome, because like you said, during COVID and all the craziness going on, that you need something that'll keep you focused and laughing and smiling and like you said, memories. That's awesome. That is wonderful. Yeah, you definitely you got skills in that area. Definitely. So and now how did you transition from author to being a coaching consultant, a life coach?
Wow, that was again another stint in the wheelchair. So the first time I wrote the first book was 7 months in a wheelchair, and we put that book out in 2016. So after another surgery and recovery time and spending time in the wheelchair, my great niece, who is now 25, oh my God, she'll be 26 in November, she had children. And so when she was a child, I used to sing a song with her. I used to go to Kenneth Hahn Park and we used to put our feet in the water and sing, God made the trees. So God made. And I would sing it with her and it was her song. But as her children came along, I began to sing it with them and add verses. So now my great great niece and nephew know this song as well. So I'm singing it, and then the Lord put it upon my heart that this is a book. And I'm like, Lord, this is a song. And he's, no, it's a book. And I'm like, but God, it's a song. And he's, no, it's a book. And long story short, it's a book. And you can kind of see it behind me on this side. And
Oh,
it's called God Made. And it is the song with the verses, but it is in story form and with the photos that I took, with my camera, because I'm an indie author, and put it all together. And the beautiful part of it is at the end of the song, there's a space for you to put your child's picture. So it goes, God made the trees, God made the trees, God made the rocks and the rivers and the leaves. God made the trees, God made the trees, God made me and you. So I would end it with, God made Ashley. Well,
oh,
at the end of the book, you can put your child's picture in it. God made Penny or Bart or whoever at the end of the book. That's the first part of the book. And then the second part of the book is activities. So the actual song is in the book. I wrote
oh,
out the notes and everything. So if you play piano or guitar, you can play the melody and sing the song. But then there are activities in the second part of the book. And the children's books that I do are for no reader or zero reader to early readers, where parents or your primary caregiver will read to the child and have experience with the child up to the point where they can read it themselves. And then there's the second part of the book that has the activities, dot to dot, word searches, puzzle mazes, things like that. So that's how I got into children's books. And after that came Saki, The Adventures of the Sock Who Escaped from the Dryer. Now, back in about 2003, God had put this on my heart. And I shared this idea with a friend of mine who's an author and screenwriter, and he loved it and said, "Mum's the word." So I didn't do anything with it because he scared me with how big he said this could become.
Mm.
So eventually, again, another wheelchair stint, I wrote the
Mm.
book, Saki, the Adventures of the Sock Who Escapes from the Dryer. And so that's my second one, but it has 11 chapters in it. I've got the first one done. The next four are coming really soon. And eventually it'll be an anthology of the trips that this sock takes around the house trying to get back to the hamper.
I love it. That is so awesome. It sounds like it's going to be fun and laughter, and we need that right now, especially the small children right now with
Yeah.
COVID and all that craziness. That is
Well,
amazing.
Dr. Seuss is one of my favorite authors, and I love Green Eggs and Ham. That's one of my favorite books, and Horton
Yeah.
Hears the Who. So he is who I kind of patterned some of this off after. So
Mhm.
for Saki, the first part of it is bum bum bing bong boom. Oh my word, what is that? I just heard a break in this space. Oh no, there's been an escape, and you have to read the book to find out what else happened.
Uh-oh. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. So basically, are you a life coach for children, all ages, adults as well, or?
I do. And you did ask me about coaching, and I went off on my books. That's my brain. I told you that I do rabbit trails.
It's
So, in the
okay.
process of writing, I have some friends who were dealing with their businesses, and I mostly focus on startups or small businesses.
Okay.
And so this particular friend of mine was having trouble just wrapping her head around social media and how to promote her stuff. I sat with her one day and we put it all together, and I was like, she was like, "Wow, really? You pulled all of that out of me?" Well, she's phenomenal. So I pulled it all together for her, gave her her first strategy for her first campaign. Boom, she called me her consultant. I was like, "Okay, I'll take it." But word of mouth from her went on to others,
Mhm.
and I've been doing it for 5 years, very quiet. I don't promote. It's mostly word of mouth. So I do the coaching for adults, and I do it for youth because as a youth pastor, I did a lot of counseling and coaching with young people. So it has just kind of transitioned into the coaching, and people tell people about me. I'm not big on marketing myself because I believe it's just a gift that God has given me
Mhm.
until such time He changes it. But I've been doing it for the last 5 years. So I do have students. I love working with students who are transitioning from tweens to teens because there's so much in between there that they struggle with. And
Mhm.
most of that, a lot of that is even identity, understanding who they are. And then I work with women who have been coming out of shelters, coming out of domestic violence situations, and helping them get their life back on track. And I have to say that I'm so proud of my students and the people that I get a chance to work with. I am truly humbled.
Oh, wow. That's so amazing to hear that you actually help them and you pray with them. I love it. That is amazing. That is amazing. So with all that you've got going on, life coaching, being an author, what are you working on right now? Can you share with us what you're working on right now?
Absolutely. So, like I said before, I need to put the next four stories out for Saki.
Oh.
So he starts out in the laundry room. His next adventure is in the kitchen where he comes confronted with Todd and Riley, the black and white cats. Yes. And then he gets through the kitchen and into the dining room and then the living room. And in the living room, he meets the dust bunnies that live under the couch and the crumblies that live in the cushion, where where your keys and your glasses and the remote control usually are when you're looking for them. So he meets them. Then down the hall, he meets Sucky Chucky, which is a vacuum cleaner that sit in the corner of the hall at the end of the hall, not being used because
Mm,
for some reason he's not functioning. And what he does, what we do find out at the end of that story is that what Sucky Chucky needs is his filter to be cleaned and his light to be repaired. And that one I'm dedicating to my godson who is autistic on the spectrum
mhm,
and has echolalia. And unfortunately, we who call but I see it as they just see things differently. And
mm,
so with that, Sucky Chucky just sees things differently, but he still has value. And
mhm,
so those are some of the ways that God is leading me to continue in the storyline with the Saki book. Then I also have some other coursework in the consulting area
mm,
for people who want to do it themselves. So I'll have an online course for them.
mm.
It's going to be my signature course that will launch in the beginning of 2022. And it's called From Overwhelmed to Clarity. And it is kind of what you and I kind of did last night when we chopped it up a little bit. We talk about, where you are. I start with brain dumping, which is your foundation to building your empire of the rest of your life. And so there's various sections of that. So that's coming out. I have several ebooks with some tips in that process. So there's some things that are coming up and I'm excited about it. I have more time now to dedicate to it in between thriving with, the autoimmune neuropathy. So that's what's coming up. You need to get on my mailing list so I can keep you up to date and then you can be the first to know.
That's it. I know that's right. I know that's right. So at least you and I we talked a great deal, and I know that you recently lost your mom, a loved one, and people are losing loved ones left and right. And before you came on, we talked about you know COVID and all that. What kind of words would you give to the audience? And by the way, so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Um, what encouraging words would you give to someone who's sick and fighting, or someone who's lost a loved one? What kind of life coaching tips would you give to someone who's struggling right now?
Well, the first thing I would definitely say is I am so sorry for their loss and their challenge. Their challenge is real, no matter what people say. I love well meaning people who come with great platitudes and encouraging thoughts and words. But however, when you're sitting in it, you're sitting in it and it hurts, whether it hurts physically or it hurts internally. And sometimes the internal pain is more challenging than the external pain. So I would say to them, I'm sorry, it's real, it's valid, it's yours. You have the right to feel this and take your time in the process. So, as you're taking your time in this process, you can be mad. God is big enough to handle your swear words, your made up words, throwing things across the room, whatever it is you need to do. But acknowledge these feelings. Today is August 6th, and it's the 6th of the month, and it is the first day of the 7th month my mom graduated into the heavenly realm. So I get it. Today started a little bit slow. And you know what? I just said, okay, let me sit back in, feeling what I'm feeling, acknowledge it. I feel I'm missing you, mom. I'm missing you. So acknowledge it. Don't try to shortcut the grief process because it doesn't work. When you shortcut the process, it short circuits the repair, the renewal. So feel it, own it. It is yours. Acknowledge it. And it's okay to push or just stay away from those that want to rush you through the process.
Mm,
So that's the first thing I would say is own it, are created in the image. We are image bearers of the great creator, and the great creator has all of these feelings. Now, whether you are a Christ follower or spiritual or, whatever you want to call yourself, the creator gave us these emotions for a reason, and they all function so that this body functions well, so that this mind functions well. They're all very important. The piston in the engine is important, as well as the gas line, as well as the steering column. All of these things make up who we are. Jesus wept when he saw the sorrow of Mary and Martha at the loss of their brother Lazarus. He wept for them, but he
Mhm.
also wept because these were his friends. Okay, so it's okay for us to express. Sometimes we might express with anger. Now, I have expressed with anger. I don't suggest picking a fight with an inanimate object, because the wall that I picked a fight with fought back, and it
Oh.
don't fight fair. Get
Amen.
yourself a pillow, a punching bag, take a kickboxing class, go rake some leaves, chop some wood, whatever the thing is necessary. Own it, then channel it. We're a process. We got a year of firsts going on. So don't expect Christmas to be hunky dory, because this is going to be the first year without that loved one, or first year in this recovery situation or challenge where you're not able to do what you used to do because your body won't do it now. But it's okay. It's called healing. And so that's where I would start.
Okay. That's awesome advice. I love that. And I like that how you said it's okay to feel that way and own it and stay away from those that want to rush you through it. Oh,
Yeah,
you just got to get past it. And maybe it takes longer than others. And one thing I also noticed too, that everybody grieves differently, right?
absolutely.
Everybody
Absolutely.
grieves totally differently. So what would you say to people that they may not have lost a loved one, but maybe they had job loss, or they wanted to go on that trip, and now you got the Delta variant and the Lambda and all this craziness. What kind of things would you gave us some tips and stuff you could do at home, but in terms of getting your mind and your soul, in the right place, what are some positive things that you could share with us?
Well, definitely the positive things is one. I have a therapist, and he's constantly reminding me, write in my gratitude journal.
Mm.
Focus on the things that we can be thankful for. We know the things that we don't like out there. We don't
Hmm.
need to make a journal of that. We can spit them off like this.
Right.
But refocusing our minds on the things that are positive in our lives. Okay, we can't get out there again like we used to. What can we do?
Hmm.
Where can we go? And how can I make this the best experience today? I'm big at going out in my backyard and walking around, just walking around. I'm blessed to have, there's trees and there are a bazillion birds. So it sounds like an aviary, just birds, all kinds of birds just chirping and talking. And so when I stop focusing on the fact that I have a limp, or the foot won't lift, or I have to use the wheelchair from time to time, or whatever it is, and I listen to the birds, I'm like, talking about, who are they talking to? You know, so I choose nature. I choose nature. I look at nature. If nature isn't your thing and you love good music, get your put your music on. I have my Spotify playlist, and I have my Terrific Tuesday, and I have one that's just about celebration. And I put that on, and man, I am gone. It's got Janet Jackson on it. It's got
Yes.
Michael Jackson. It's got everybody on it. All those songs that I grew up with, that gave me a groove, that just helped me. For me, music, dancing, nature,
Hmm.
movement is beautiful. So I would say look at the things that bring you joy in the midst of this, because we can't change what's happening out there individually.
Right.
However, we can change what's happening in here, shift it.
Hmm.
So it's called a mindset shift. It's a choice. We can choose to be miserable, and it takes more muscles on our face to frown than it does to smile. Or we can choose that I'm not going to be miserable. That's not my fight. I can't change that. Not my monkey, not my circus. What we have a tendency to do, and why we end up in these challenging, depressive situations, is because we try to take care of stuff that's not on our property. We go
Mm,
outside of our boundaries. Our boundary lines are about the stuff that belongs to us that we have to take care of. Mow your lawn, rake your leaves, tend to your flower bed, fix your house, your building, your shed, whatever it is. Then we start seeing that, the clouds are gray and we want to get mad. But you know what? The clouds are not in your sphere of influence. They're not in your boundaries. You can't control the clouds. That person's tree over there is bigger than your tree. That's their yard. Look at your yard. What's in your yard? Focus on what's in your yard, your backpack, your boundaries, the things that you can control,
I love
and,
it.
and look for the positive in that, and work the positive there. It's a choice. You choose to be upset. You choose
Mm,
you. We choose to be upset. We choose to be sad. We choose to be put off. Okay, you put off, take your 30 seconds, cuss it out, fuss it out, whatever you need to do. Now what? I'm
right.
going to choose joy.
Yes. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. You that everything you just said is so true. I mean, you've got to just whoo, while you over there mad at that person or that thing, they
They're
just
living their life, their best life.
exactly. 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 Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So virtual studio audience, you guys filter in your questions. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of stuff in here. Let me go through and read some of these questions and comments for you, Elise.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay, so what do we have here? Someone says, do you self-publish? If so, how do you get the process going? Yes.
Who's that? What's their name? I want to call them out.
You know who it is. It's our cousin Diana.
Diana. Hi, love. Yes, yes, I do self-publish, and I currently use Amazon, their publishing platform. There are several out there. There's Amazon, there's Barnes and Nobles, there's Smashwords, there's Bixbaby, and Book Baby, Bixby. There's quite a few out there, but I choose to use Amazon. So here's the rundown, really quick. Write your whatever you're going to write. If it's a not a children's book, but maybe it's an ebook or a hard copy book you want to print, do it in Word. So you can use Notepad and then transfer it over the Word. Make sure you get that all situated, and then you can upload. It may ask you to transform it into a PDF. Gosh, it's been a minute. I got to put some more out there myself, but it's either going to be a PDF
Uh-oh. She's frozen. Oh no. I can hear her. Oh my goodness, she's frozen.
or
Oh, Lisa, you free.
Microsoft Word.
Okay, there we go.
The
Oh no, she froze up again. Give it a second. This wonderful world of technology, you guys. Oh, there she is.
no. Okay, I see you.
Okay.
Upload it to Amazon.com. I'm gonna put a cheat sheet together.
Oh no, oh no, it kicked her out. You guys hold on. She's gonna zoom back in. She's coming back in. Okay, so you guys still filter in your questions. So when she comes back in, we can definitely ask her those questions. So let's see here. There she is. Okay, hold on, guys.
I
There
am
you
so
are.
sorry.
No, you're fine. Things happen. I was watching a major network and they were having issues, so it
It
happened.
does. It does. And I have to remind myself that's not in my yard, so I can't freak out over technology I can't control.
That's so true.
Diana, I will put together a cheat sheet. So anybody who wants a step by step on how to publish your book and how to do it, email me at missEliseWrites.com. Put in the subject, let's talk, and in the body, I want that list. And I will email it to you because I don't want to take a chance of losing what we've got going on here, but I will put the step by step for you. It's not difficult. You just have to take your time, be patient. Amazon is a really good platform for when you're starting out, and it distributes all over. I was so surprised last January somebody purchased my book in Canada. I freaked out. I was like,
So
so
great.
they do it all over the world. So that's something I will do for those who are interested. I will give the step-by-step process on how to publish your book as an indie author, and I'll even give you some bonus information on social media marketing and things like that, so that you can start to create your tribe of book readers as you get ready to publish your book.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, for sharing. Okay. And see, there's another one. Okay. So somebody says recovery starts within self. That is so true.
Yes,
That is so
absolutely.
true. That is so true. Look for your personal strengths. And here's another question here. It says, if someone is looking to work on themselves, what's a good way to focus only on yourself? Ooh, I like that question.
Here's a great book that I've been going through with one of my life groups, and it's called Boundaries by Dr. Townsend and Cloud. They are Christian psychologists, but when you begin to read the book, you will not find it preachy or anything like that, as some people may be afraid of. Gives really good, solid information. And the first thing is understanding who you are and what you're responsible for. And
Mm,
that's the starting point. So many times we want to be on the other side, but we can't be on the other side if we don't know where we're going
I
and
love
how to get there. So, Boundaries by Dr. Cloud and Dr. Townsend is an excellent starting point. It's not heavy to read. You can get it in Audible and you can listen to it. Or if you're like me, you like to highlight and write notes in the book, get the book. It's not expensive. That's a great place to start. Understanding who you are first, not who your you've grown up in, but understanding who you are and how you function first. Then start the journey.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Wow, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Yes. The comments are just pouring in here, and I mean, at least you just sharing all this with the audience is huge, especially right now with all that's going on. And for those of you that don't know, Elise is my cousin. Yes, yes, yes. Her mother and her father and my grandmother are sister and brother. So we are cousins. I love her
Yes.
to pieces. I know people are like, wow, yes, yes, she is talented. It runs through our family. And I'm just so honored that you are willing to come on Let's Talk. You know, before you came on, I dedicated the show to Uncle Ricky and cousin Michael.
Yes.
And is there anything special that you wanted to share with them? Because cousin Michael's watching right now. So
Michael, Michael, I love you. I remember when you would come over to the house with Daddy, um, back in the day when I was in my teens. And I love you. I'm praying for you. Even where we are right now, our days can be filled with joy, even in the pain. The beautiful thing about our pain is that we are still alive to feel it. So we can praise God for this pain. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but we can. You and me, we can say, thank you, God. I feel the pain because somebody woke up this morning and all they can do is look at the ceiling because they can't feel anything and they can't do a thing for themselves. So let's praise God. We've got this pain, we've got this ache, we've got this limiting, challenging situation. We can give praise, we can give joy because you are fantastic. You are phenomenal. I am so grateful to have had you in my life. I look forward to maybe getting an opportunity to see you if I get clearance to travel in this here wheelchair. But know that you are loved. And take the day. If it's not a good day, sit back and chill. If it's a good day, do what you got to do. But we love you, Michael. I love you, Michael. And I love you, Ricky, as well. Oh, I love my family. I'm so, so blessed to have such an amazing family and such talented people in it. Thank you for this opportunity to love you from afar.
oh, that was beautifully said. Beautifully said. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Elise. And I want to just go ahead and put you on blast and have you be the show life coach. Have you come back once a month and just give us some nuggets? And yes, please, let's do it.
Absolutely. You tell me when, I will be there.
Yes,
Uh,
we
Probably
need.
with my church lady fan over here.
Well, we all go through that. I totally get it.
But I'm excited. I'm excited for the opportunity. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for the work that you're doing. And I just want so many people to see what you've got going on and just be a part of it. So, I'm going to spread the word as well. Thank you so much.
Yes, I love you, and we will definitely be talking. Okay, you stay safe and healthy out there in LA. Love
Got it.
you. Okay, bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Oh my gosh, she is amazing. I love her cousin Elise. Yes, absolutely. I know you guys are like, man, how many people in your family's talented? A lot of them, a lot of them, and she's amazing. I love Elise. Oh my goodness. So, as we close out the show, you guys take to heart a lot of things that she said. I think it's really good stuff. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to have her on once a month so she can keep us lifted and inspired and kind of give us direction if you don't have direction in terms of how you can get through some things. So, she will definitely be back. So, in closing, I always leave with a positive thought for you guys. I just want to tell you that the only way to do great work is to love what you do if you haven't found it yet. Keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And that is from Steve Jobs, one of the founders of Apple. So I thought that was awesome. I love what he said. Just keep looking. If you haven't found it, it's coming. Keep the faith and just know that it's around the corner. So as I tell you guys every week, make sure you do one good thing for one person each day and you can affect 365 lives. And one of the best way to do something really good and positive is to get vaccinated if you aren't already. And if you are vaccinated, with your mask on, of course, offer to take an unvaccinated person down to get vaccinated. Maybe they don't know how to go about it, or they don't know the website or the locations. If you're vaccinated, offer to help, do something. So, again, do one good thing for one person each day, and you can affect 365 lives. So, if no one's told you today or this week that they love you, just know that I love you. Be safe out there, be healthy, and always do the right thing. And with that, I love you. I'm out.